Good day and welcome back to Elementary 72 Gaming. I'm back with another video on another assault class vessel. So today's assault class vessel is going to be the Punisher Assault. Now if you want to find out my exact reasons for everything that I go through, go back to the Merlin. It will give you everything that you need to know about what I am doing. So yeah, that's just going to be the quick tidbit for you to know before we start. So when it comes to the Punisher Assault, you're going to get the same standard bonuses. It's 3 for all the slots: your weapons, your mid, your low, your engineering. Right, everything has 3 in each slot. Everything is the exact same. So a plus 5-second damage control activation time. It makes it really resistant to damage, but it's not that big of a difference for this particular ship. The next thing that you have is the micro warp drive bonuses. As I said, for frigates, I don't like using them in PvE because every single one of them runs warp scramblers. Right, warp scramblers pull you out of micro warp, and micro warp becomes pointless. It's just a big signature boost and a heavy drain to your capacitor, plus you take full damage when you get webbed afterwards, so it's no use in running micro warp drives. You get a plus 37.5% small laser damage improvement, minus 50% capacitor need, and plus 20% armor resistance. Now, once again, we're in that complicated situation where I don't like the armor resistance. Armor resistance may be 20% higher, right? 20% stacked with the damage control and all the stuff, it does make the armor quite resistant, but it still doesn't make a difference when it comes to overall power. Big ships, if they catch you in the right situation, are just going to fly right through your shield, and then they're going to pummel into your armor, and your armor will fail against big ships. You're going to take so much of damage that within a matter of minutes you will lose your edge to combat. So that is something to remember and something for you to always keep an eye on when you take on these types of combat. Okay, so 33,000 overall defense, 359 meter per second velocity. It's not that fast, it's not going to make that much of a difference. 5.5 AU and 63 megawatts. Now the megawatt rating on this one here is very important. Overall, we're going to reach somewhere close to 85 to 90 range for the final power on this vessel. It isn't going to hit 90, right? I'm saying we're between 85 and 90. It's anywhere in that range that the power is actually available, and that is where your power grid ends. It's going to be of very big importance because of the particular type of ship that we're using. I'm not cared about the rest when it comes to it. That power grid is all that we need to really worry about when fitting it up. So lasers. Obviously we have the pulse and the beam. I'm forgetting which one is which again. I know I make that mistake every single time. Right. More important to this particular class than range is damage, right? So 35.84 with the big bonus, so you can count it as 4 weapons. So that's going to pull you all the way up to, let's see, 35.8 times 3 times 4, 140. 140 plus the bonus from your research, 210. 210 overall DPS with pulse. Let's go to beam. Beam is probably going to be the stronger one. There is an accident. Okay. So let's go. Oh no, wait. So pulse is stronger, beam is weaker, beam is longer range. So we're going for 14 megawatts times 3. 14 times 3 is going to instantly push us up to where we're going. So that's 42 megawatts. The weapons really kill the ship. 42 megawatts gone, right? It's that heavy when it comes to weapons, when it comes to lasers. And here we go with the mid slots. As we know, electronic warfare is going to be standard. Predator Web of Fire and Predator Warp Scrambler. Right, there we go, minus 1 megawatt. As I said, we're already at 42. That's 43. Then let's add in the Scrambler. 50 megawatts gone. We're not yet even in the low slots. That's how bad it is for the grid. Nosferatu standard edition for me when you're going so close and heavy hitting. 9 megawatts 59 megawatts gone. Literally, your weapons and your mid slots fill up most of your power grid. You literally have 4 megawatts to do whatever you want in terms of the rest of it. And here is something to note. I won't go with a armor boosting rig on this ship. The simple reason behind it is it's too much of a risk. With 20 seconds and even without the massive bonuses, I still can get at least 700 extra defense on the ship to prolong my defeat in battle. And with you ticking away at about 110 or 160, sorry, wait, no, this is slower. So between 160 and 200, at 200 per hit, 700 is 3 hits, and 3 hits is generally something like, this is from a cruiser, sorry, it's about 3 boosts. So you literally can take that damage, and it's when the numbers overwhelm you that the damage becomes unbelievable. So you do have an advantage. If you play it correctly, you can evade being destroyed. Okay, so let's go to the shield booster. And you'll understand what I'm saying right now, because I'm going to do a 25% boost to its overall boost. That will mean you divide it by 4. So 127 divided by 4 is giving you 30. You go up to 157 plus. You are almost at 160. 160 is your overall defense. You have a reduction in capacitor from your boosts in researching the shield development. All of that comes out to play for you. 6 megawatts added to the total grid. As I said, you're already very close to power limit. 59 plus 6, that takes you over where you would have been if you just count the standard. You're already at 64 megawatts, right? No, sorry, 65 megawatts. Alright, moving on to the next thing, the damage control unit. That's going to take you from 65 plus 1, 66 megawatts. Massive bonus, 13 seconds of activation time. You really have an advantage for combat. Right, all over the place you have these resistances being added. They really do add up to quite a bit. Now, a lot of people don't realize how much of resistance this is and why it is so effective for shield boosting vessels. For armor boosting vessels, you have this effective resistance because your shield pops up in small amounts to actually result in you taking a little bit less damage where you're the weakest. So that is the reason why this is so useful. Moving on, the next thing which you're going to need is a afterburner. The rigging is going to be standard for all ships in this class. I'm not really going to change it up by much. And there you go, 17 megawatts added. We don't even really have to worry. We didn't break the 80 mark. Wait, there we do break the 80 mark. We're actually very close to limit. We are at 83 megawatts. Yeah, so we really did cut close to the full grid on the ship, and it's purely because of the weapons. If you went with the other weapon, there's an additional 12 that you need. You'd have to augment your power grid to go for longer range. These are close range brawlers, right? I'm giving you that one piece of advice. If you're using it for PvE, brawl close range. If you're doing it in a fleet, obviously you have to follow your fleet's standard makeup to make a difference in combat. Now, beyond all of this, what do we need in rigs? I'm not really going to linger on it this time, so let's go with it. Shield booster plus 25%, reduction to capacity, plus 25% boost to shield per activation. That is a massive boost for you, and you should really strive to keep it around. The next one is going to be increasing damage of your weapon. Yes, throwing up your damage a little bit more will help you. You're now at effectively a similar rate to the Merlin before the rigs are added to its advantage, and on top of that you have the advantage to your shield. So faster firing, better firing, you do have a very strong ship at your disposal. 300 to 400 per hit. The only thing which is going to give you a problem is very fast ships. So Minmatar is really off limits to you. Try and stay away. Also stay away from missiles. They can really penetrate you at a fast rate. Okay, moving on to the next thing which we need to talk about, and that is our other set of rigs. Auxiliary thruster, and a boost to your capacitor. Regardless of how much the reduction is, your capacitor will be under heavy stress. They don't give you a massive capacitor for this ship, so remember you're going to want to either go with a semiconductor control or a circuit control adjustment. So either timing or extra capacitor, one of the two. Nothing else will really help you in the form of where you're going with the ship. So catch you all in the next one, and have a good day.